Hi, this is Dr. Jennifer Price, the Superintendent of Schools here in North Andover. And for this segment of the Journal, I thought I'd take a moment to just really go over the budget that I am proposing for FY19. It might save you from watching school committee meetings. I'll try to do it in a few minutes and let you know what we're doing. First and foremost, as many of you know, we are opening up a new ECC complex, which is going to include both pre-K and K. And the reality is the budget that I'm proposing is making sure that that building opens up with all the staff and support that it needs. That's literally every additional dollar that I'm asking for this year. The total is about $400,000, and we're asking for things like we need a school nurse. We need a school secretary. We need a school custodian. So there's some kind of infrastructure support. We also need to make sure that we have a librarian. We need to make sure that the kids have PE, music, and art. We need to make sure that we have reading support. We also are going to make sure that we have the appropriate special education support. And we need a principal of the building. So that really comes out to 7 staff members across the board there for a total of about $400,000. If you'd like to look at the complete budget, by the way, it's easily available on the North Andover Public Schools website. So, as I said, that really is our support this year. And one thing that I really do want to mention is when we bring in, for instance, a counselor at the ECC, what that does for the rest of our 5 elementary schools is actually reduce the number of kids that the counselors in Kittredge and Atkinson and Franklin and Thompson and Sargent are seeing. So there is a nice impact on all the rest of our schools. We're not opening that school and pulling folks from the other schools. We're actually going to open that school with its own set of staff and support, which then reduces the numbers that our staff currently in our elementary schools are needing to support. And the reality is things like counselor load, things like nurses load, things like special education loads are much higher than they should be. So this is a wonderful opportunity for us to bring those down. A few other things I talk about in the budget is looking forward. And I do know that this is my last year of doing the budget, but I wanted to kind of outline a few things that I see as future issues that I really do think that the North Andover Public Schools and Dr. Greg Gilligan is going to get to tackle. The first is we are not proposing to backfill any of the vacated elementary school classrooms this year. We have increased the number of elementary teachers since I've been here, so that's over the last 2 years, by 5. So we are increasing it, and our class sizes are much lower at the elementary on average than they were in the past. The analysis I've done is that you would need an additional 6 teachers at the elementary level to make sure that all of our class sizes are below the school committee recommended class sizes. Also the middle school. Our middle school's class sizes are actually the largest in the district. The challenge with the middle school is we don't have the space. As many of you know, we have submitted with the Massachusetts School Building Authority a statement of interest to put a renovation expansion in terms of the middle school. My hope is over time that is granted by the state, and I do think that really middle school, as we have really tackled the elementary schools in the last few years, is kind of the next area that we really need to make sure that we're providing as much support as possible. Also talk a little bit about our English learners. Although the numbers are not increasing a lot, we just need to make sure that we're providing the right supports for our English learners as their needs are becoming increasingly more complex. And the last thing I talk a little bit about is leadership structures. As many of you may know, last year's budget talked about creating curriculum leadership at the high school level. We need to do the same thinking about what are the appropriate leadership structures at the middle school and at the elementary school. So that's for the budget. There's in just a few minutes. I might have saved you from reading the entire executive summary, but if you are interested, it is available on our website. And as always, thank you for your support of the North Andover Public Schools.